Hey there, bar is open and I'm excited because today we'll be reviewing the Kavalan Hot Cask Finish Concertmaster. Hey there, SG Alcohol Guy here, giving you honest reviews on the alcohols that I am tasting. And today we'll start with the unboxing of the Kavalan Single Malt Whisky Hot Cask Finish Concertmaster. So Kavalan does have quite a range of whiskies by now. This is, I would call it the entry level. And as mentioned, unboxing. And that's it. There you have it, the Kavalan Hot Cask Finish Concertmaster. And you know, I do consider this the entry-level whiskey from Kavalan. That being said, it is retailing at around 120 Singapore dollars per bottle. For that, you will get a 700 ml bottle or a 70 cl bottle with 40% alcohol content. And you do notice the shape of the Kavalan bottles, they're all pretty similar. That's because they are supposed to resemble the Taipei 101 building. So this is like a nod to the roots that they are proud to be made in Taiwan. It's got a very nice metal logo on this bottle here. You know, this pretty much shows that it's been a winner of something. So overall, you know, I think it's a very attractive looking bottle. Can't wait to taste it. And as with any unboxing, you know, we have to open a brand new bottle. So this will be the first time for this bottle. There you have it. Now for whiskies, I will taste them in three ways. Number one, I will taste them neat. Number two, I will be adding a drop of water into the whiskey or a couple of drops of water into the whiskey to see if that helps to open up any more flavors. And number three, I will be having it on the rocks. And when I purchased this bottle, they also gave me a Kavalan single malt whiskey glass. So, you know, I'm specifically using it to taste this whiskey. But before that, you know, we have to do the neat. So, using a pourer, I will be pouring a double shot, not because I'm very thirsty, but simply because I want to do taste test 1 and taste test 2 using the same glass. So, double shot it is. Love the color, it's very nice and orange. Now I know that the colors of whiskies are artificially added, but this Kavalan has a very nice mellow orange color. Feels light and gentle. It doesn't come across looking yellowish and cheap or overpowering. It just looks so gentle. And because I don't consider this a budget whiskey at 120 Singapore dollars per bottle, I shall do a nosing of the whiskey. And scent-wise, this Kavalan comes across as a very sweet whiskey. It has that, you know, that alcohol smell, you know, that distilled alcohol smell, which can remind you of that nail polish remover, things like that. But it also smells sweet. Now, I believe that's because they use a pot cask to finish the aging of this whiskey. Now, pot is a type of alcohol from Portugal. Really sweet type of wine, and by using those used barrels, those used casks, and you age the whiskey in them, you know, you do get that sweetness coming into the whiskey as well. On top of that, it does smell, or it gives the texture of being a little bit dry. You know, the wooden dryness that you get from those barrels, the casks, it has that texture as well. Also, you know, I do like to swirl the whiskey in the glass because As I do that, I want to see how long it takes for the legs to come down. And you can see that it's staying at the top really well. It hung in there for about 10 seconds. And then the whiskey is now slowly dripping down. We call it the legs. The legs are slowly coming down the sides. And that's taking a very slow 15 seconds. So overall, you can expect a 20 to 25 second finish at the back of your mouth, at the top of your throat. That's what these legs represent. And with that, I'm salivating because some of the legs are still just coming down. That's been a good 30 to 40 seconds, which is an excellent finish. But we won't know until we have taste test one. That was heavenly. As the whiskey entered my mouth, beautiful sweetness, just very thick, honey, syrupy kind of sweetness enveloping my tongue. There is that alcohol burn, but it's so light and gentle, and it makes its way really slowly down down the esophagus, just reaching the stomach now. That's a good 30-40 seconds, maybe close to a minute even. And that's amazing. It's also a very gentle burn, as I mentioned. It just warms you up. Then, when the sweetness disappears, there is that dryness, that wooden dryness that I was nosing. I could smell it from the whiskey, just at the back of the tongue, at the top of the throat. It just lingers there. It's actually making me thirsty for more of this whiskey. So this is a very smart way to get people like me to drink more. Having it neat, and I have no other way to describe it, is a heavenly experience. You have to try it neat. And now adding some water to this. I'm using filtered water so that I have a very pure taste. Likewise, swirl it a little bit. Now let's see if the scent opens up along with the taste. So starting with the scent, the sweetness exploded. The alcohol smell, distilled alcohol smell, is faint. It's there, but it's very faint. It's barely recognizable if you don't know what you're looking for. It's there, but the sweetness just exploded. I can't feel or smell that dryness. It's pretty much gone. It's just a superbly sweet whiskey now. And swirling it, and you can see that the time taken to go down, it's taking a lot longer. You'd be surprised, right? Adding water dilutes it, but it's taking a long time. See this particular one? It's just slowly making its way down. That's really impressive. I'm really swallowing my saliva because I can't wait to taste this. So, taste test 2. Adding water to it reduced the alcohol burn so much more. In fact, it just feels like the alcohol stays in the mouth. However, the sweetness was not as overpowering as it smelled. In fact, the sweetness is reduced. It's actually coming across as a bit tangy, a bit sourish kind of tangy. It has a bit of that taste, but the dryness, that wooden dryness, it's there. This has changed from a smooth whiskey, a smoothish whiskey, to a dry whiskey. So just by adding a little bit of water, the texture and taste has changed completely. I'm still tasting the wood in my mouth now. Although personally, I will say that I prefer sweeter whiskeys, so I will rather drink this neat. And with that being said, it's time to have it on the rocks. And for cleanliness purposes, I'm going to use the double shot again because I don't want to put the dirty sides on the mat, so don't really have a choice. Double shot it is. Such is the life of a YouTuber. Now, while this chills down, I also want to state that my wife, when we were dating, before we got married, actually bought me a bottle of this for my birthday. And I just remembered at that point in time thinking, wow, awesome whiskey. And having it neat earlier, I remembered why. By the way, this is not a sponsored post. I'm not being paid to say this. I just enjoy the Kavalan. And having the background done, it's time to do the taste test 3. Now, I'm not going to nose this for obvious reasons. The ice in this will mask a lot of the smell. You know, I will just smell the iciness in this drink. So we'll ignore that and just go straight to taste test 3. The alcohol burn returned. So it's very similar to the neat. It's a bit lesser than the neat, let me rephrase that. The alcohol burn is slightly lesser than when it was neat. And it doesn't go down all the way. It sort of disappeared halfway through and then appeared in the stomach, like magic. But again, it's not the uncomfortable burn. It's just a warmth that makes me feel very comfortable. Taste-wise, it's actually a mix of neat and with water. There's a mild sweetness to it, plus a mild tanginess to it. So the sweet and tanginess sort of appeared together. And what was removed is that wooden dryness. So that oaky or wooden cask dryness disappeared. So you get just the flavors of the whiskey without the texture and the alcohol warmth. I wouldn't call it alcohol burn, the alcohol warmth. For me, I really enjoyed it neat because I had that sweetness, which I love. I had that hint of dryness, to complement the sweetness. And it just felt, again, the word is heavenly. Having it on the rocks, having it with a little bit of water, altered that sensation a little bit. I will tell you that first taste was just amazing, and I recommend having the Kavalan Pot Cask Finish Concertmaster neat. Hey there, thanks for watching up to this point. I just want to state that all these reviews are based on my personal taste, preferences, and opinions. They're not to be used as an industry standard. This is also not a paid post. This is not a sponsored post. I am genuinely enjoying this Kavalan. And if you've tried this as well, I really want to know what you feel about this Kavalan and how you drink it. Drop me some comments. Let's compare some notes. And if you're still here, do help me click on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell, because I do try to upload 2 new videos every week. Plus, if you know of anyone who enjoys watching such reviews, do help me send them the link to this video as well. Most importantly, my friend, happy drinking.